Hi, Christian. Jeff Allen here. I tagged Lauren so to give her input on this question as well about the opportunities for recent linguistics graduates that are want to work in the nonprofit sector. Nonprofit's kind of a wide topic because you could look at it from the government, you could look at it from NGOs, you could look at it from nonprofit foundations. You could look at nonprofit other types of associations that could be businesses, but they've decided not, try to make a profit out of it. So there's a wide range of topics here, which could have some differences, but we could see some of the governments. A lot of government topics. If you've got a background in anything that is good in communication, and especially in anything in authoring and in translation and in speech, you can do a lot of different things. And that could be communication between different countries. I'm talking to government here, or it could be also dealing with languages that are in a country that are displaced people groups, or diaspora, or immigrants. Well, actually, you could have immigrants long term, and you can have recent immigrants too, because you have the influx of different people groups that will come in at a certain time, and you got to deal with all the different ways of communicating with them and dealing with the code mixing, all this stuff. And so there's a lot there from the government point of view. NGOs, it's kind of the same thing, but in a different sense, because NGOs, a lot of them are going to deal with disaster relief, a lot of this. So it's going to be very punctual, it's time constrained events. I mean, some of the NGOs are long term. They're going to have certain moments in time where there's ongoing thing, right? So I've done a lot in disaster relief, and linguistics came into play in a lot of that. So online translation systems, or even now everything can be done in portable devices. Even they don't have to be connected. So all kinds of things there in translation, audio. That for NGOs and disaster relief scenarios. So I've got a lot of background in that topic. For an NGO, like I said, NGOs, you can they're always. I've seen events where you got thousands and thousands of people coming in to help out in certain situations or just some disasters. This just opens up all kinds of possibilities. It helps to be polyglot to a certain extent, so that does help. For nonprofits that are associations and foundations, that kind of thing, or companies that don't want to be making a profit, let's say it that way, those situations, they get their funding elsewhere. There are the whole AI topic is now opening up a lot of opportunities. So yeah, it's everywhere. So everything that's text and audio based, anybody that's got a good decent background. I mean, I look and thinking back to like the LSA jobs, the job booths back in 1996, 1998. They had the job center. I remember them asking, looking for people that they could do branding, right? And it was basically just linguistics. You just have to go back when linguistics, some creativity. And if you know your morphology and syntax, semantics, and phonology really well, and you're creative to a certain extent, you can do all kinds of jobs in that kind of area. Which branding for nonprofits is still an important thing. It's just not making money off it, right? But you're trying to be creative. So there's some things there. Trying to think of other specific areas for everything is an AI, large language models, dealing with hallucinations, dealing with looking at interpreting what things are and trying to determine where it came from, where it came from and how to predict it and how to prevent it. So, and that helps having a background in linguistics and a number of those topics. I mean, that's most of what I do in a corporate setting is for that, but I could do this in any nonprofit setting too. So it's not any different. It's just not trying to make money off it, right? Or make a big profit off it. So I could go on and on, but you can imagine there's no limit to where it is. and just trying to find showing where linguistics has the value, right? So, and understanding the linguistics or the language or the studying the language has value. Lots of research, industrial research too. So, which doesn't necessarily try to make the profit. It's invested money on other topics. So there's a lot there. I mean, I could go on and just create the job titles. They would have the same as in a business. It's just in a situation where they're not trying to make profit. That's all. So it's a very similar. You just get your funding in a different way. So